Good morning. I'm meteorologist Steve Kwasnowski with your weather briefing storm scoop update. This is Friday, October 9th. We're going to call this one, sticking with the trend, Back to the Tropics 3. So, let's jump right to it. So, this is Delta. And this is the 10th landfalling hurricane in the continental U.S. this year, which is absolutely insane. Delta's eye looks like a triangle right now. Like we discussed yesterday, she's had a very hard time with her eye since the very beginning. Just hasn't been able to form a showcase prototypical circular eye. It's just crazy with the amount of strengthening that occurred that there wasn't really a eye wall replacement or weather is just always so interesting. So if we Delta's starting to take on the structure we've seen depicted in our model forecasts for the past several days. There's little thunderstorm activity southwest of the center, plenty of heavy weather off to the northeast. That is pretty typical. The southwest quadrant of the storm usually is where the dry slots occur and the dry air filters through. You see I drew that here. And moving along, we have conditions. This is a flight, actually. The latest data from the Hurricane Hunter recon pass through Delta's core this morning. Not really has changed from last night regarding pressure. It's still in the low 950s. Winds might be down a smidge, probably around 100 knots versus 110 knots at flight level. Conditions are deteriorating, and they're going to go downhill in Louisiana today pretty quickly, in central southwest Louisiana pretty quickly. Overall, the storm's holding its own. The eye drop zone shows 959 millibar surface pressure and a strong subsidence inversion in the delta. So definitely a potent storm. And here we go. One more storm off the coast of Africa. 20% chance of formation, so not too worried about it, but quite frankly, it's getting really tiring watching these things out in the Atlantic spinning and spinning and spinning, plotting and plotting and plotting. Lastly, I figured it'd be nice to close out the week with a little GFS run. Here is Delta here, making landfall in southwest Louisiana and the eastern portions of Texas. That is currently ongoing. And as it makes landfall, it brings a deluge of wind and flooding throughout Louisiana. And then it heads again towards the mid-Atlantic, which has been the area of interest for most of the summer. Whether high pressure retreats or not in the northeast, bringing it to some of those areas that need some of that precip, we're unsure. Here's a frontal boundary here cutting through Minnesota and the Midwest. Another new storm coming into the Pacific here, getting to that time of year where we'll start seeing where they enter is the same latitude that it departs. So we go a little more long range. You can see in this run, the high pressure weakens enough so that the precip can get up into the northeast, the remnants of Delta. And that would be for early in the week on Tuesday. Wednesday also looks unsettled into Thursday, so we might get some of that rain that we're looking for, and then Friday as well. So next week looks unsettled in the northeast. You have your ridge building in out west. It goes really high all the way up into Canada, bringing in some of that warmer temperatures, colder in the east, and then that trough will dig in a little bit, but quiet out there. Anyway, that's it for me. That's it for Friday. Meteorologist Steve Kwasnowski.